Good morning. Happy December 3rd and the third day of Vlogmas 2025. Okay, it is December the 3rd, 2025, so day 3 of Vlogmas. This is my Spellbinders Crafty Advent Calendar. I'm going to open this first. We're going to see what's inside. As I was saying, I am going to open up at day 3. We'll see what's inside, see if we're going to create something, or if we're going to tuck it into our little, I'm kind of keeping my things in this craft stacks. These are some of my favorite little keepers for little ongoing projects. All kinds of small projects, actually, not just paper crafting. We'll see if we're going to create something or if we're going to set it aside to do something later. And then we're going to work on a little bit of December daily. And I'm going to talk about my Canon Selfie printer. I'm going to show you how I set it up to print. You can do everything from your phone basically and then just send it to the little printer. I bought this printer I think almost a year and a half ago and I've hardly used it and I love it. So let's open this up and then we'll talk all about printing our photos, whether you do December daily, scrapbooking, memory keeping or not, or you just want an easy way to print some photos from your phone. So let's see, 3 is right here. Oh, cute. Okay, it's a little die set, little magic bunny coming out of the rabbit hat. That is fun. So here's a fun story. So the window from day 1, I tore it off to keep it. I found it tore up in the living room. I know who did it. His name is Odin. I must have dropped it on the floor and not noticed, and he ran off with it. Okay, so here is what our day 3 looks like. That is really cute and fun. So we'll put this together here a little bit later, and we'll at least have another fun little die that we can do something cute with, add it to a card or tag or project. So this is my December daily album. I do need to put something cute in here to denote this is 2025, but that can be later. I said yesterday I would share my title page, which I do have a video for. It was created during a Friday live on my channel where I do paper crafting. So kind of just sets the tone for the album. Really cute and fun. I did a full 6x8 page for this. On the back, I'm going to do something here, I just don't know what, and that can be done later. I didn't want to start day 1 on the back of my title page, so that is there, and we'll work on that. In fact, I think that's just like I just stuck these extra pattern papers in here. It's actually, yeah, we don't need all of that in there. Okay. And of course, this was our day 1 page right here. Now when we flip this over with the pocket style, that means this page here is going to be my page 2 unless I just leave it as is. Well, I don't want to do that. So I am going to utilize this as page 2, and I'm not going to do this every single day, but for page 2 I'm going to utilize this and I'm going to utilize what I put over here. Now, I did want to share that I have an assortment of pocket pages. I know I linked them all, and I'll keep linking them. For example, this one folds out, so it's all 3x4 pages, but it folds in, so it fits within that 6x8 size, which is really cute and clever and fun. I think I stuck this is all 3x4s. Obviously, page 1 was 2 3x4s and a 4x6. This is one of my favorites. This is all, and this is actually going to be used today. This is all 2x2 squares, which is really cute if you want to do some 2x2 photos and then some, you know, kind of embellishing. So this will be a 2-page spread basically. I'm going to utilize this 4x6 as my journaling for the day. There will be a photo here. We're going to do our large number in one of these. And then over here, I have additional photos because I actually took quite a few photos yesterday. And then the rest of them will be filled in with embellishments, so it's just kind of a fun look. And then, of course, that means then on the next day for day 3, when we get to that, which I know we're on day 3 now, that means the back of this will be part of my day 3. So that kind of makes a couple of days, unless I just want to do this as day 3, which I probably won't. Anyhow, but you can kind of just do this all embellishing if you want to, or you can put photos in this as well and then do something here. But here are those 3x4 pages. This is the one from day 1. 2 4x6s. That's always a good option. This was another fold out design, or no, maybe this is the 3x4 fold out. This is that 3x4 fold out design. This is like the day 1 page, so that's just a full 6x8 sheet protector. You can just put your paper in, do whatever you want. I just really like the pockets. And then this one is really cute. This is another fold out design. No, it's not. I lied. This is just another really cute design. So 2 4x4s and then 4 2x2s. So I only have one fold out. I think there might be a couple of others, but these are the pockets that I thought I would personally use. I really love traditional 4x6, the 3x4, like the journal card size, especially if you get pre-made journal cards or you cut apart your pattern paper. And then I like squares. So I like 2x2s, 4x4s. I kind of know what I like, and so that was what I went for. Now, I am using a printer that's only going to print a 4x6 size. I do want to say, I used to always have a photo printer. It has since died. But if you want to have like a 6x8 photo printed, I always love that as well. And I might utilize that later on when I'm doing Christmas celebrations and things with family. I think that might be kind of fun to incorporate. So just an idea for you guys. And even if you just put photos in and pop some journaling here and there. I also made notes in my phone before I went to sleep last night. So I have my journaling for today. I'm going to go get that printed, and then I'm just going to kind of speed through putting my day 2 together. Okay, this is my Canon selfie printer. I got it a couple years ago, so what is great, so this is the photo paper cartridge. You can pop it out. My photo paper is already in here, just like this, okay? Then you can shut it, and then for storage, it takes up very little room. You just take out your power cord, and then you can tuck it in a drawer or wherever if you don't want to leave it up all the time, which I don't, because I mean, I'm not printing stuff constantly. Then when you're ready to print, this is like the little print tray. You open this up, and this goes in here. Your cartridge, your ink cartridge goes in this side right there, which I put a new one in last night actually. And I am going to show you printing something. So we're going to power it up, and then you can put like a memory card in right there if you want to print from your camera, you know, memory card, etc. I'm actually just printing right from my cell phone, so let me open up my app for you guys. And this is what the app looks like. So if you want to do a custom size, and I'm going to show you, I did end up doing a custom size because remember that 2x2, I wanted to do some 2x2 photos. I actually want to lighten this one up. It's really, really dark. Both of these are kind of dark. Maybe we'll edit all of them. I printed them, and I realized I should have done it on camera. I was just sitting there last night doing it. So what I'm going to do first, let's just do a standard side-by-side. For example, because these are 4x6 sheets of paper, this is 2 3x4 photos, but it printed on a single sheet. So we're going to do that again. I chose a border, so it would give a nice separation for this one, but you don't have to print it with a border, which is what we're going to do for today. So I'm going to choose this one. You can scroll through and do some different sizes if you want. These are all 4x6 or just a standard, just regular 4x6. I'm going to choose this one. And I'm actually going to do these two photos, but I'm going to fix them. So I think I used this one and this one. And I'm just going to click OK. And it's going to auto brightness and all of that stuff. That's fine. Border. So I'm going to show, I picked borderless last, but I'm going to do border. Just so you see, this would print it like I printed it the other day. And now this is great because let's say you want to zoom in a little bit. You want that to be a little tighter, you can. Or, you know, whatever the case may be. So I'm going to adjust my color a little bit, and I'm going to brighten it up myself. Now I'm going to click this. Oh, I'm going to click OK. Let's go to this one. Adjust color. I think that'll look a little bit better. You can choose a filter down here if you want. You can rotate it. You can change your photos, whatever the case may be. So it's going to print like this. So I'm going to go like that, and I'm ready. So I'm going to go ahead and we're going to click print, and it's preparing, and it wants to join, you know, my network, and you'll just follow the directions for hooking it up, and here in a minute you're going to see it start to print. This is awesome too if you just want photos no matter what you're doing. It's a great little printer. I really like it. It's worked great. So it's preparing. I'm just going to set this here. And then it's going to start printing. So that's just to make these. Now you'll wonder, why are these ends? It's because that's what it needs a little bit longer paper. You'll just pop these off like so, and oops, and that gives you your 4x6 print. So you can see it goes about, I think about 4 passes. And none of the color is correct yet. And then when it's done, here's my print. And I brightened it up quite a bit, which I think I like a little bit better. So these I'm going, oh, I wasn't going to use the border. Well, we're going to leave it. I'm not reprinting it a third time. I'm not using up that much ink. Anyway, so here are 2 of my photos for today. Okay, I mentioned I wanted to lighten these. I think these are okay. So I printed, oh, I'm not using this. Here's another example of a way it can print. I just didn't particularly care for the collage, but if you have tons of photos, you can collage it. We're going to fix these. I think these are okay. These 2x2, so I'll be trimming those down. I'm just going to set those aside. Okay. So, continue editing. No, I'm done. So I'm going to choose custom size now. And you can see I went ahead and went in. So you can click and then you can pick what size you want. I have already made a 2x2, and that's what it'll print on this paper. So I'm going to choose this funny photo of Frank sleeping last night that I thought was cute, and then I just was going to choose this one. And I'm going to click OK. And I don't want cut marks. That's all good. Image, this is fine. But I am going to click my photo, and I am going to adjust color just like I did on those others, because I feel like it just printed a little dark, both of them. So I'm going to go ahead and click both, adjust our color a little bit, like so, and then I'm going to print. You can also do your work from this screen if you're using a memory card. Super easy. And I know I put my cord up here. It's because my cord, it plugs in over here, but the paper comes out over here and it's plugged in over on this side. So that's why I have it funny like that. And then after I have all of my photos printed, we'll put together our day 2 page. I'm done editing. So then if you ever want to reprint, my photos are in here, and you can delete them if you want to. I will probably eventually will, but like if I liked it, but I need to go back and edit it, which I should have just done that for this one. So I'll just delete my old one. But you can go in and fix them however you want. For example, this one I should have just gone in and fixed because that was how I wanted to print it, but it's fine the way it is. Okay. So here are my photos. Frank sleeping in a pile of pillows, which was super, super cute last night. And then my little stitch case. I wanted to share the things that I did for day 2. These are all the different things that I shared and did. So now we're going to cut these up and we're going to put together our page. Okay, here's my page 2 all done. I was able to incorporate some stickers I've received in recent orders, which is always kind of fun. I did add in some Tim Holtz Ideology Christmas stickers. I like the, whoops, not there, there. Little phrases, just, you know, add to the Christmassy look. And ready for putting this in my book now. So let's get... We'll just pop it in like so, and it'll be fun to watch the book take shape over the next few weeks. Okay, I want to tell you guys about a giveaway that is not actually mine, but I saw it on Instagram this week, and they are doing giveaways each day. So Modern American Vintage is one of my favorite companies. I know I talked about it a while back in my floss tube. They did these wood quilting clappers with fig tree quilts. So these are some of the fruit ones. Pineapple and cherry and strawberry. I also have the pear. I didn't bring it out here, but they're heavy, lovely. I use them all the time. In quilting, they help your quilt blocks lay nice and flat after you've ironed them. I also have this coriander quilts, woolly stars, which I absolutely love. I think this was the one they did in their day 1 giveaway or day 2. I'm not sure exactly which day. Anyhow, love, love, love them. Today's giveaway, and I'm going to just pull up my phone and show you guys. Each day, it looks like they're doing their 12 days of Christmas giveaways, which is super awesome. Today's giveaway is the Sunflower Quilter Clapper. Absolutely incredible. If you want a chance, run over there. I'm going to tag them down below with their Instagram handle. Follow them. He does amazing, amazing custom work. The amount of detail for all of the inlay for these pieces is absolutely incredible. Worth it. Handmade, you know, small business maker, a family-owned business. I think they are just, he's super, super nice people. And I want to encourage you guys to shop with them. Go leave a comment for a giveaway. Maybe you'll win an amazing clapper from them, but they are one of my favorite companies. All right, so what I'm going to do now is we're going to trim the ends of our tail pieces so we can sew together the rest of our bow. we're gonna have to take off the sweater, I think, for the sewing portion of today's video. I was cold. Okay, so what we're gonna do is we cut those long strips for our bow tails, but if you want the really pretty angled ends, you need to trim them. And the best way I found to do this is I fold my fabric in half. So we're gonna just start with the long one. So I fold it in half, right sides facing, because we are gonna sew this together and turn it right side out. And then I measure this distance right here. And then whatever this is, I am going to measure up that far along the side that's folded over. This is going to be those raw ends. This is going to be the pointy end because it's the center of my bow. This, we're going to measure up the same distance that this is, and then we're going to cut it. And I do that with my rotary cutter. So I'm going to put this here on my mat. I'm going to measure up with my ruler. I mean, it just needs to be close. And we're going to cut that away, just like that. And then we're going to take our clover clips, because we're going to do a 1/4 inch seam allowance on all the sides. So all I'm going to do is get these all prepped for sewing, like this. And this is long. This is my big, the one for that big guy. And you just want to make sure that whichever end, or whichever side rather, so that you do the same. So you wouldn't want to have the pointy end then on this one be here, because that'll look wonky. So you want to make sure that the longer side is going to be the same on both. It probably doesn't matter. I just didn't want that raw seam on the outer edge of my bow. And you'll see what I'm talking about when I put these together. Oh, it looks like I need to cut off a little bit of that. Hold on. Let's do this. Make sure that's nice and straight. I'm just going to clean up. Looks like my fabric was probably slightly shorter than my fusible fleece when I ironed this yesterday, so we're just going to remove that. Okay, so again, this end with the seam is going to be the end that is pointy. I'm going to line up my ruler, and I'm just going to cut a nice straight edge. You could probably save this. I'm wondering if I could get something out of that. Probably not. It's a nice thought, but okay, so I'm going to clip the rest of this. Now, when I sew this really quick, since I'll be time-lapse sewing, we're going to leave, actually what we're going to do, what I like to do, is I'm going to fold this in half, and let's just say that our blue clip is the center. I'm going to find the center right here, because that's where I want my opening to be. And I want my, actually, how I'll denote that is I'm going to just put 2 clips together. So my center here, I want to leave an opening a few inches so that I can easily turn it. But the reason I want my opening here and not down one of the sides is because when I close this, this is going to be hidden behind the bulk of where the bow band goes around. So we're just trying to hide any of that. All right. Let's go ahead and get the rest of these trimmed up, and then let's go sew. going to put the bows together. And what I like to use is a nice strong upholstery thread. If you followed me for any kind of finishing or lacing, this is what I use, just because I feel like it gives me the strongest secure stitch and I don't have to worry about my thread breaking. So I'm just going to knot my end here. I'm also going to snip that excess. Oops. All right. So we're going to take all of our pieces here. For each bow, let me get all my stuff organized. We've got the bow portion, the bow band. You do want to make sure the seam part goes towards inside, and then our bow tails. So I'm going to kind of aim the camera down. And we are going to make sure anything that has where we've sewn it, we want that part not to get noticed. So we've got, just fold this in half to make sure. Yes, okay, that's good. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna kind of fold my loopy pillow part in half. And kind of work with that. And then we have our center. So I'm going to kind of pull it all together here. And then put the band around. And we're going to pull this to the back. And you can trim down that bow band if you need to. Mine is a little long, but I'm going to leave it for a minute because, and there we go. Look at that. That's like perfect. Okay, so let me flip this over really quick. What I'm going to do is I want to snip a little bit of this away. I am going to cut about an inch off, and I'm just taking my scissors and cutting that, and then I am going to fold in the ends here just so I don't have those raw edges. And I'm just going to pin so I can manipulate that a little bit more. Okay, I'm going to do the same thing for this one because I don't want any of those raw edges really giving me any little strings. Okay, like that. All right. So then I'm going to pull this back up like this. I'm actually just sticking pins in here. To hold it, help me hold it in place while I manipulate this and get it kind of tight. All right, And then I don't feel like this end I got very nice. There we go. All right. So once I kind of have it pinned in place, I'm going to flip it over and I'm just going to double check, and it looks amazing. Look at that. Okay, so the last thing before we put our little feed a ribbon through to hang it on something, I'm going to kind of come up underneath here like so. And I really just did like a little whip stitch. You can do whatever you want here. I might try to do a little blind stitch on this. Okay, we've rethreaded our our needle. And I'm just right here going to grab a little bit of fabric. There we go. That's going to be better. Now I'm going to go through the same direction twice. I'm going to pull that knot really tight, and then I'm going to go right back in where that was, feed my needle through until I push it out somewhere else. And I'm just going to pull that, burying that knot, and snip that. Okay, from here, you can adjust your bow, but look how amazing it looks. I mean, seriously, you guys, it is absolutely incredible. Isn't it gorgeous? I love these so, so much. So just ignore my hair. This is real me with hair frustrations in the afternoon. So I just have some Tim Holtz velvet ribbon. I mean, anything is going to work here, really. I think let's use this little bit of, oh, this is perfect. So I just have this little bit of ribbon here. And what we're going to do is we're going to feed it through this loop here in the back. And you shouldn't have stitched through everything. So you should be able to shove it through there like so. And honestly, any ribbon is going to work. The book says a little velvet ribbon, and I had this, so that's what I used. Okay, I am going to pull it through, and when I have those ends together, I am going to knot them. So give me a second here. Just gonna double those up, knot the ends, and I'll show it to you. And you'll be like, well, you don't want to see that little knot, which is true. So I'm going to pull that nice and tight, like so. After you have your knot, let me snip a little bit of that off. I'm going to just take and pull this until that knot slips back behind our background there, and then we have a hanger. And you can stick this on a wreath, you can stick it on your garland on your mantle, you can stick it on a Christmas tree. Okay, all my bows are finished. Let me just bury that little knot there. Oops, and I pulled it too far. We want it back behind the band, Nicole. Okay, so here is my flannel bow. You guys, it's so cute. I mean, and it's the plaid is really, really on trend, I think, this year as well, but look at this. Isn't it beautiful? It's just so pretty. So this is the big, and you can kind of fluff it, make it look the way you want. Large, medium, and small. So these are the bows, and I hope if you guys make some bows, let me know. Again, yes, I used the tutorial from this book. It's an Accufactum book. You do not have to. There's lots of free bow tutorials out there. The difference, as I mentioned in yesterday's vlog, is the construction of the layers. I haven't necessarily seen the layers and like the fusible fleece and things. And I think that that really helps with the shape of these bows, because obviously you can see they maintain their shape beautifully. They're not those droopy bows. So if you are a big fan of the perfect bows like I am, I hope you will try to make some of these. So these are all Tim Holtz fabric. I will link them down below. I think most of them, the flannel is a couple years old. I don't know that this exact one is still available, but I'll also link to all the Tim Holtz fabric at Simon Says Stamp and at that quarter shop for you guys. So I literally didn't record any of this, you guys. So smart. I'm having a day. A real pretty day, as our friend Lenny of the Sable Stitchers would say. This is the packaging from the pocket watch for the large size. It's the template for what will fit inside. I went ahead and you can use it as a template, and you could cut it out of a piece of sticky board or chipboard. I actually didn't. It's not like I'm going to use this again, so I'm using this as my base for inside my pocket watch. I cut 2 layers of batting, and then I just kind of put a little adhesive in between each to stick them on. I traced around my cross stitch piece. I did iron it really good. I gave it just a little zap with a little starch. Well, not starch, best press. Very, very light. Just a little press so it's nice. And then I cut it out, and now we're going to lace this. Okay, I always use this upholstery thread when I'm lacing, or any time I don't want my thread to break. This is what I use. So I'm just going to take this now, and we're going to run a nice little gather stitch all the way around. You of course could tape it or glue it or whatever you want. I just think the results are best with lacing, and it really shouldn't take that long. Trying to finish up some of my projects I've got started before I dive into anything else. I would actually like to make a few more of these. I want to make a cross stitch necklace, so I will be doing that at some point this month. I think I've picked out what I'm going to stitch for it. We shall see. And get back here, and we're going to come up. And now I'm going to simply put the batting side down right inside of here. And we're going to pull this. Oh, that's actually pretty good. Okay, so I am going to pull this nice and tight. And then you're going to want to do a little secure stitch. I really don't know how much back and forth lacing I need to do. Let's just do a little knot to secure this. Yeah, we're going to need some. And then I'm just going to secure it. Like so. Just kind of going back and forth all over. so that I get a really nice circular shape. It's nice and taut. And obviously I just use the packaging, so it's not super sturdy, but for this I don't really, I mean, you could use chipboard, like I said, you could totally use chipboard. I just opted not to. Probably would hold up better, but this is working good. And I like to kind of do it until I feel like I've got all my edges. Anywhere, flip it over, check it out, see where it looks a little, you know, icky, for lack of a better term. And go ahead and, oh yeah, we need to go over there. So I'm going to do one stitch here, so we can pull straight across over here. Like this. There we go. And we're going to finish right here. All right. Then I'm just going to kind of look at it and make sure. Look how cute that is. I like the puffy factor. All right. So I'm going to just take a little tiny stitch right there, and then I'm going to go through that loop the same direction twice, pull tight to knot. Just going to feed that back like so. Okay. Here is our adorable little snowman finish. You guys, I think I've done all of this in like 5 minutes. And we're going to put it in here just like that. Oh my gosh, he's so cute. Okay, everybody, let's talk whips. Okay, everyone, so here is my finish of my pocket watch ornament. So quick and easy. I could see making lots of these, choosing little cute motifs and putting them in here. They make great, great little ornaments. I absolutely love it. I put a little ribbon on top. I did hang a little snowflake charm. It's a past Tim Holtz one. I don't think those particular ones are still available, but I'll link, if there's something similar, I'll link to it. Obviously, I'll link to the pocket watch. I did film the finishing for the inside, just cutting out the template. I did add 2 layers of batting because I wanted it to have that little puffy look, and I laced my little teeny tiny piece to that before putting it in the pocket watch. Super easy. So really fun. This is a 2.5-inch bow using the Chantal's 141 bow making tool. That's my little pocket watch ornament. Let's talk whip progress. I did a tiny bit of stitching last night. I only worked on the bells on Christmas Day. I'm going to be putting this one aside to work on Blue Coat Santa now. But my goal for this, I think I'm going to try to get the bones of the border done. I came all the way down the right side last night, and then I started over here on the right left side. Pardon me, directions are hard. I brought the straight line all the way across and then down a little bit, just finishing up that thread. So that's where I got to on the bells on Christmas Day. This is a Sal with Jessica Sweetwater Stitcher and Holly Jones, Mrs. Jones Stitches. Okay, giveaway. So today's giveaway is also by me. This is the Bells Are Ringing by With Thy Needle and Thread. This is another new chart. I purchased 2 of these so that I could give one away during Vlogmas. Use the word bells here for a chance to win. Please be over 18. Please like the video, subscribe to my channel, and make sure you use the keyword bells somewhere in your comment for a chance to win. Please leave your comment by the date shown here on the screen, and I will choose one of you to win this beautiful, beautiful chart. Okay, friends, I think that's it for today. I am going to run, hopefully get this up and out because I'm going to go eat dinner with my oldest son this evening. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you all here tomorrow. Bye. Thank you so much for joining me today. I truly love sharing creativity with this amazing community of crafters. A special thank you goes out to my wonderful Patreon members. I appreciate you all so much. If you'd like to join us on Patreon, you'll find the link in the video description below. Patreon is a private community where you can support more of what I do and enjoy exclusive content, behind-the-scenes updates, and extra perks. There's something for everyone, and we'd love to have you join our growing community. If you enjoyed this video, please subscribe to my channel, click that like button, and don't forget to hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oops, one moment. So as I was saying before the piles of crap in my office fell over, guys, I want to tell you about a giveaway that is not my own. I love the company Modern American Vintage. They make the wood clappers that I enjoy. So that is my little pocket watch